Decisions always come down to the biggest moments in people's lives.
The decisions we make dictate every second of our lives.
The decisions you made yesterday impact today. And the ones you make today impact tomorrow.
Lizzie has spent the last week preparing for her math exam. She feels super confident and arrives early. Keem forgot to study for the exam, and he stayed up all night playing video games. Knowing that he's unprepared, Keem decides to copy Lizzie's work.
Take responsibility for your actions.
Instead of copying, Keem keeps his eyes on his own paper and takes the bad grade. After class, he decides to talk to the teacher. Although she's disappointed that he didn't study, she agrees to help Keem plan for how to study better for the next exam. The teacher even offers Keem some extra credit if she sees that he puts in a better effort.
Eating a good breakfast actually makes a difference.
Mrs. Smith is trying to grade papers, but the sugary breakfast she ate this morning makes it hard to focus and sends her into a sugar craze. Mrs. Smith decided to have a better balanced breakfast, and now she is able to grade the papers while feeling full and focused. After receiving a bad grade on his exam, Keem is disappointed. Lizzie sees the grade and starts to make fun of him. Maggie walks by and she does nothing. This time, when Lizzie taunts Keem, Maggie decides not to be a bystander, and instead, she steps in to help out.
Choose to stand up.
Maggie's abusive boyfriend is upset at her revealing outfit. He slams her into a wall and then forces her to cover up. Unsure about what to do next, Maggie runs to her locker, clearly upset. Lizzie notices the bruises on Maggie's arm, but Maggie insists that she's fine.
Even when it isn't your problem, help anyways.
Lizzie sees the bruises on Maggie's arm and remembers when Maggie intervened to help Keem. Lizzie asks Maggie if she needs any help.
Though at times you may feel helpless, someone is there.
Small acts make big changes.
Relieved that somebody finally noticed, Maggie opens up and asks Lizzie for help. Lizzie suggests that they go see the guidance counselor. At the guidance office, Maggie asks Lizzie to stay and help support her. The guidance counselor, Mrs. Emily, gives Maggie resources and helps her understand that the relationship that she is in is not healthy for her.
Sometimes the right decision is the hard one.
Listen to those who know better.
Mrs. Emily didn't always have everything figured out. When she was picking a major, her dad insisted that she study engineering, even though Mrs. Emily knew she wanted to be a guidance counselor. She valued her dad's opinion, and so she picked engineering.
But make sure your decision feels right.
However, Mrs. Emily knew that she would regret if she didn't follow her dreams. So she decided to make the right decision for her and become a guidance counselor. And the decision felt right.
Make good choices.
Decisions aren't always easy.
Good decisions aren't always obvious.
But one small decision can have a huge impact. Keem has a story to share.
So it was in my sophomore year of high school, and there was this really awesome, cool girl in my drama class, and every day she came in really happy, but this one day she came in and she was like super sad. She wasn't looking at anybody or doing anything. And so after class, everybody just like kind of left her there and went back. And so we all, and just went to lunch. So we all went out to lunch, and then I thought to myself, I was like, maybe I should go check on her. So I went back into the drama room, and she was literally preparing to hang herself from like the grid. And if I had not gone back in that room, that girl who is my best friend right now probably would not be here. So I think it's important that we reconsider and always consider like what everybody's going through, because if you notice somebody has that big of a shift and change, they may not be comfortable with you talking to them in that moment, but it may always be good to check in, because you never know what people are going through. I think it's really important that we do that. Decisions always come down to the biggest moments in people's lives. So me making that decision to go back and her making that decision to still be there, it kind of was meant to happen. I'm so glad I went back. Not only that, because she's like my closest friend now. And so I talk to her every day. And, it's just me thinking back on that moment. If I had decided to just go to lunch, that would have been a life gone.
Every decision you make, good or bad, big or small, has an impact.